Hello, everybody. This is Displace. 10.1 Embers of Neltharion is dropping in a few days, and it comes with a ton of features. I was able to jump into the beta and check out a lot of them, which is pretty exciting. And in today's video, we are going to be going through what is coming up in this patch. Embers of Neltharion patch 10.1 launches on May 2nd, and I can't wait to get into it. Before we begin, if you are enjoying this content, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. It not only helps out the channel, but helps me out as well, and really just makes me happy. So let's go over what's coming in the newest patch of Dragonflight. We have a new zone, Zaralek Caverns. This is an underground zone that is under Anarian Plains and part of the Azure Span. There's a great cinematic that shows the three primalists using their powers to carve into the new zone. And once it's open, you can fly right into it from the regular Dragon Isles. This new zone has some amazing graphics and is really well done. It also seems to be fire themed. As you'll see as you progress through, it looks like Fyrakk is the main primalist in this patch, and so the zone has some heavy fire themes. It comes with a ton of rares that you will see on the map, too many to count. There is also a new main quest line that takes you through the Zaralek Caverns, as well as some side quests, world quests, and a new event called Researchers Under Fire, which is a weekly event. Overall, there is so much to this zone that you're going to be spending quite a bit of time in it. As you progress through the new zone, you come across a new faction called the Niffen that you'll meet while questing. These are small mole people who have survived down here for quite a long time, and it comes with a new central hub and a new renown system with rewards. There's also maps that you can find while questing that you can turn in to play some mini puzzle games. These don't take too long to complete, and like the vault from 10.0.7, it requires you to use some critical thinking skills to complete a mini game. I really like these mini games. They don't overdo them, which is great, and it provides a nice break from the regular questing. Along with the Niffen, we see the return of the Drogbar with some interesting competitions and some quests. We have weightlifting. There's also a snail race when you get up to the right renown with the Niffen. At the end of the main quest line, you are rewarded with a new dragon riding mount called the Slither Drake. This is a pretty cool looking mount to add to your collection and comes with a base color of black, matching the theme of the patch, which is revolving around the black Dragonflight. This mount has a ton of customizations, just like all the other mounts, and comes with all the standard base colors of red, green, bronze, blue that you can unlock with previous renown. Along with the new mount, we have a few more dragon riding glyphs to find, along with two new abilities. The first ability is ground skimming, which allows you to generate vigor faster as you fly near the ground. And then we have Land's Blessing, which just adds on to ground skimming. It helps it out by generating one vigor every 20 seconds, so a little bit faster. There is, of course, new races as well, which takes you on a tour of the cavern, and those are both basic and advanced courses. This zone comes with a brand new raid that includes 9 new bosses. We're learning a lot about Neltharion in this expansion. Obviously he created a warrior race of dragons, and now we learn that he has an entire laboratory that he used for experiments. And while Neltharion was creating the Drakthir, he went through a few different versions and had some failed experiments. So we're going to dive into his laboratory, and although we don't get to fight Fyrakk, we do face off against some of those experiments, which is going to be pretty exciting. The raid also drops a new set of tier gear, so that's going to be exciting, and will hopefully change up some of the way that you play your classes. Along with the raid, we are getting a new Mythic Plus rotation. So from Dragonflight, we have Brackenhide Hollow, Halls of Infusion, Uldaman, Legacy of Tyr, and Netharius. From past expansions, we are going to have Freehold, the Underrot, Vortex Pinnacle, and Netharion's Lair. This rotation actually also comes with no seasonal affixes. There's also been a lot of tuning to the affixes in general, and I'm excited to see how it all plays out. A new patch means new gear, which can really help out your alts. So in 10.1, we are getting a gear catch-up mechanic and a streamlined way to upgrade it. In the beta testing, mobs and quests were giving me 376 gear, and I'm not sure what the drop rate will be for this going live, but I had a ton of gear drop for me. There's also new currency called Flight Stones and Shadow Flame Crests. These are quest rewards to start with. Both of these are used to upgrade your gear. There are different levels of gear, and depending upon the gear, it can be upgraded between 4 to 7 times. Flight Stones are the standard upgrade currency and drop from pretty much anything you do. Shadow Flame Crests are a little bit more rare and come in 4 different types, which are used to upgrade specific tiers of gear. We have Whelpling Shadow Flame Crests, Drake's Shadow Flame Crests, Worm Shadow Flame Crests, and Aspects Shadow Flame Crests. The tiers are tied to kind of where the gear is coming from. So Raid Finder will take a Whelpling Shadow Flame Crest. Normal Raid takes a Drake Shadow Flame Crest. And on for Heroic and Mythic. There is a blue post that discusses how the gear upgrade works, and it's a good read if interested. I'll put the link in the description. It goes through the different tiers of gear. There is some overlap about how it upgrades through item levels. And if you're interested, it is really worth the read. We have a couple of new world events that take place in the regular Dragon Isles. This will show up on your map. So when you see it, just head over there and there will be a few quests for you to pick up. One of them that was already mentioned was in the actual new zone. There is the Researchers Under Fire, which is a weekly event. In the actual Dragon Isles, not in the actual new zone, but in the old zones, there is an event where Fyrakk comes out to play and really just starts assaulting the Dragon Isles. This can happen either in Anora Plains or the Azure Span. Unfortunately, when I was on the beta, it looked like the assault was bugged. The icon showed up on my map, but no bad guys appeared. However, this will reward some reputation as well as some gear up to level 411, which is, again, upgradable with the new upgrade system we mentioned earlier. This will not be there on day 1 of the release, so if you're looking for it, please be patient. It is coming with the beginning of Season 2, which releases on May 9th. Also in 10.1, we are going to have some updates to professions. We are getting some new items with higher item levels. We are also going to be getting a new spark called the Spark of Shadow Flame. This is used to craft Season 2 items, as well as upgrading Season 1 gear to Season 2. There's also an upgrade to the crafting window that actually lets you resize it, so you can make it smaller and hide that left-hand recipe list. It also gets rid of some of that extra space in the window. Not sure I like this unless I'm crafting numerous items or something, but let me know what you think in the comments below if this is something that's going to be useful to you. We are also getting cross-faction guilds in this patch. This is pretty exciting if you have some friends who play on the opposite faction. I think that this will also help out with servers that might have an imbalance. There are some restrictions, though, that come with cross-faction guilds. Guilds are affiliated with the actual faction of the guild leader. To send invites, you must be Battle.net friends or part of the same Battle.net community. This means you can't just invite random people you don't know. All members share the same guild chat and guild bank. All members will also benefit from all the guild perks such as repairs. However, some guild achievements and items remain faction specific. I don't think that there was any way around it, and it would be kind of weird if you were Alliance and you got for the Horde. So those are some of the things to keep in mind, but I think honestly this is going to be pretty cool. The last major thing coming is class changes and tuning. There was a ton of tuning going on with classes. Some classes were hit harder than others. I think most notably there were Balance Druids, Devastation Evokers, and Shadow Priests. There is too many changes to go into in this video, but I will have future videos detailing out these changes. There was so much in this patch, I'm sure I've forgotten something, but I will have future videos going into details on some of these things that we've discussed, such as the new items and changes and quests. And if I find something that I forgot, I'll create a video on that as well. I really appreciate you watching, and if you've liked this video, please give it a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the Dragon Isles.